Have you ever walked through an old graveyard and felt like something was watching? Some places hold secrets that refuse to be buried. This is the story of Thomas Grayson, a cemetery worker who discovered an unmarked grave that wasn't in the records. A grave that should not have existed. And when he tried to uncover the truth, something mysterious happened. Thomas had worked at Hollowbrook Cemetery for over 15 years. He knew every gravestone, every path, every shadow that stretched across the land at dusk. But one evening, while finishing his rounds, he spotted something strange, a patch of freshly turned earth where there shouldn't be one. No headstone. No marker. Just loose, unsettled soil in the oldest section of the graveyard. At first, he thought it was a mistake. Maybe an animal had been digging. But something about it felt wrong. That night, unable to shake the feeling, he went back and checked the burial records. No new graves had been dug in that section for decades. There was no name, no documentation, nothing. The next evening, just before midnight, Thomas returned with a shovel. He told himself it was just to check. Just to confirm there was nothing there. But as he drove his shovel into the earth, a chill ran down his spine. The air around him grew unnaturally still, like the whole cemetery was holding its breath. Then thunk. His shovel hit something solid. A coffin. No nameplate. No engravings. Just a plain, rotting wooden box. His flashlight flickered. Then, a whisper, low, breathy, and close enough to send ice through his veins. "You shouldn't have come." Thomas spun around. No one was there. His breath clouded in front of him as if the temperature had dropped 10 degrees in an instant. But he had to know. With shaking hands, he pried the lid open. Inside. It was him. A body wearing his uniform. His name tag. His face. Pale. Still. Dead. And then, the corpse's eyes snapped open. Before Thomas could scream, its lips curled into a grin, his grin. A skeletal hand shot out, grabbing his wrist, pulling him down. And the darkness swallowed him whole. The next morning, the cemetery supervisor arrived as usual. Thomas was gone. His house stood empty, as if no one had lived there for years. His name vanished from payroll records, from government files, like he had never existed. And the unmarked grave? The earth was undisturbed. Like no one had ever touched it. Like no one had ever been there at all. Some questions are better left unanswered. Some graves are better left undisturbed. And some names are meant to be forgotten. What do you think happened to Thomas? Let me know in the comments. And if you love eerie stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. You never know what might be waiting just beneath the surface.